Okay, it is day 2 of the hazy California wildfire smoke. But to be honest, it's not that bad this morning. Of course, it really wasn't bad yesterday morning either. And interestingly, it progressively got worse as the heat came up, which I guess makes sense, right? Hi, Denali. JC decided today that she didn't want to come in for breakfast, and now she's mad about it. The rest of the girls are finishing up their breakfast. I wanted to just do a quick update, one on the weather, right? Or the wildfire, I should say. The smoke got pretty bad yesterday, as you saw in some of my videos. But again, today, it's just a mild haze. There's no scent in the air this morning. There's a slight breeze, so it's sort of keeping things moving. Temperatures are down, which is a good thing. I do have the barn fans running again to keep circulation moving, but the birds seem to be coping just fine, and so do all the animals. Now, my storm damaged tree has decided to definitively show us exactly what's dead and what's not. We're still waiting on the tree people to come get it, which, again, not urgent, so we're not top of line, nor do I want to be. Everybody has recovered power long since at this point. Now it's just a matter of getting in line behind the normal clients that got pushed back and all that. But I think you can see pretty clearly that I'm hoping we actually have a healthy tree below the break and that it will continue to grow. And it's growing in 2 directions. So that gives me some hope that it'll continue to remain healthy. And we just lost this top tall branch. It's definitively dead at this point, which again, not unexpected, but I'm not seeing death or dead leaves anywhere that's coming outside of where the break is. So again, probably hard to tell here, but the break is right there. And the branches below the break are branching out to what appear to be healthy, full, green leaves in both directions. So my hope is that this tree is salvageable, because I really like the tree. And I want to thank the internet and the commenter who let me know that it is a sycamore. That is good to know. I definitely showed my lack of plant awareness. We still have a lot of dead branches and dead fall that we've left in the pond area, but we've cleaned up everything that's outside of the pond area. And we ended up leaving it in the pond area, at least for now, because the birds are loving it. So why not? Other than that, things are pretty status quo from the last update. Our little chicken is doing okay. Hugo is still on house arrest, which means I've left all the little dogs in just to ensure that, he doesn't get too big mad. The girls are finishing up their breakfast. I've already picked up 2 bowls. They just had a couple of crumbs left in the last 2 bowls that I was letting them finish up. But they're all doing well. The donkeys are a little frustrated because they have not been out in their pasture. They've been pretty much staying close to the stall. Yeah, they're still in the stall. And again, they know they're sensitive. So despite the fact that the weather feels good and the temperature feels good, the air quality is not good. We're still under an air quality warning. The donkeys know it, so they're staying close to home, and they are a bit frustrated about that. They want to be out in the pasture. The boys are a lot less frustrated. Thorn, you are so weird. I don't know what you're doing. You are such a strange goat. So Voodoo's clearly licking up the crumbs, but they're doing great. They're enjoying the cool breeze. And yeah, with the fans running in here, the air circulation is so pleasant. And again, it's not a day that I would normally have the fans running because it's not that hot. But with the air quality being what it is, my option was to go ahead and either take a risk and not circulate the air or let them run today. So the fans are running today. Pigs are finishing up their breakfast, and as always, they're quite happy about it. Those little tails never stop. So yeah, that's the quick update. It's for those that are trying to pay attention, it's Friday morning. So I think you're going to see this like Sunday or Sunday night, maybe Monday. And to be perfectly transparent, I am trying to build up a slight lead on my videos because I have a business trip coming up in a week and a half, less than that. I'll be leaving in like 9 days. And I'll be gone for a full week. So in order to keep things moving and keep you entertained and keep you informed and not lose the week, I've got to get ahead of it. So I'm trying to, every day kind of build up an extra video or two to make up for the week that I won't be here. I promise you won't miss anything. I did get a question the other day, and I know I've talked about this before, about the barn cats. The barn cats have food and water at all times. And in fact, they typically have shelter as well, but it's not the time of the year that they need it. So my grooming stand doubles as a barn cat feeding station. It is lifted up, so I winch it up a couple of, clicks, not as high as I have it when I groom the goats, but high enough so that the dogs can't jump up and eat it, and so that it deters anything from wandering in the barn to come get cat food, right? Raccoons, skunks, opossums, rats, mice, anything, weasels, minks, we have it all around here. So I don't want them to have, floor level, ground level. So the food that they're getting is a premium kibble. Their bowl is full 24/7. Sometimes they eat a lot of it. Sometimes they don't eat any of it. In the winter, and you've seen this before in my videos, they have a heated cat tent that goes on this stand as well. And they leverage that quite nicely. So they have, right now they don't need a heated cat tent. So they're content. They're actually more often than not sleeping in the barn because it's more comfortable outside of the barn with the weather that we're having. But they have food and water 24/7. We refresh it morning and night, just like we do the rest of the animals. And I think that's the right way to raise barn cats, frankly, right? A lot of people think, well, you just let them out there and let them fend for themselves. You don't have to feed or water them at all. And that's not the case. They still are strong mousers. They still catch the things they're supposed to catch. They still do their job. And they're fed, which keeps their body nutritionally healthy, complete, all the things, right? So feeding them does not entail stopping them from hunting or doing their natural behaviors. I think it actually enhances it because they have the energy to be able to go after things rather than trying to survive off of the things they go after. So that's the philosophy on the barn cats. They absolutely get fed. Over the years, we've had 1 or 2 strays that have found the barn. And, if I'm paying attention mid-afternoon, hi, girlfriend, I do catch a stray maybe going in for a snack. I don't have a problem with that. Our cats are vaccinated. Our cats are, protected. Our cats are fixed, of course. So if a stray wanders in and needs a meal, great. I've never had a stray wander in, grab a meal, and stay. And that is interesting because, sort of you expect when you're on a farm that, animals randomly show up, especially cats. And that hasn't happened. Like I said, neighborhood strays sometimes come through, but they don't stay. So either my cats have determined, this is their territory and they keep everybody out. I never see a fight, knock wood. But at the same time, I also don't have a colony forming, which I wouldn't want. So, oh, they're banging. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're banging on the door now. So apparently the girls are done. They are ready to come out. I have one more water bucket. Oh no, I did all the water buckets. Look at me. I thought I had one more water bucket to deliver, but I don't. Yep. Buckets are now empty and full of sawdust. Thank you, girls. So we will let you out. And I think that's the perfect way to wrap us up for this video. I think they're going to head out for at least a little bit of the pasture time while the morning is still clear and somewhat cool, or Ren is just going to sit here and chew on my pence. Thank you. And, oh, Lotus. That's a big rub. I bet that feels good. And then there's Denali, who would just much rather rub on my pants and my leg. Fantastic. They're so sweet, though. I love them to death. All right, guys. As always, until next time, there's work to be done. Bye for now.